Good evening, Master. Good evening, Masters. Sorry about that. Thank you all. And welcome. Welcome to the day 10 of our journey, of rather your self journey, self healing and transformation journey. It's wonderful to see many of you joining and doing your own self improvement at your time, at your own pace. So that's really great. So let's start for day 10 with a quick recap. But as we mentioned, today our session focus will primarily be on the questions, any experiences you got during these 10 days you would like to discuss, and any further questions. So please use this time. Either you can post your questions on the chat or WhatsApp, whatever works for you. We will try to go by first question, first come, first serve. So please go ahead and do that, Masters, if you like. With that said, let's do a quick recap. So today is day 10, and yesterday we spoke about awareness. So I just created a quick whiteboard just to give us a. I hope okay. I hope you all can still see the screen. So yesterday's topic was awareness. We all are used to being aware when we're doing meditation, awareness of our breath, trying to be aware of what's happening within us, and awareness is the most important thing as we thought about. But yesterday's session, we also realized it's not just awareness during our meditation session, but also being aware outside outside of our session as well. So on our day-to-day life, even when there are a number of things happening during the day, when we are speaking, when we are cooking, when we are doing anything, trying to be fully aware of what is happening around with ourselves. That's critical for our self growth, where we are doing meditation, not just during the 1 hour where we sit, but we are trying to do meditation or be in that awareness state all through the day, all through the other time as well. So extend it from just the meditation time to your entire day. That's the objective. But how do we do that? How is it possible? Observation. Observation is the first and foremost thing. Observing our emotions, our thoughts, what we are feeling, and making sure that's the first step in our awareness journey. So let's take every single thing we learned during this 10 days and see how it connects back to awareness. So I'll start off with day 2. If anyone remember, what did we learn on day 2? Do any of you remember what was our topic on day 2? You can just post or you can just
How to stop suffering.
sorry.
Pain versus suffering.
Yeah,
Suffering, yeah.
yeah, you're right. So the day 2 was identification. So how we each of us identify with ourselves, either with our physical or with our physical body or with our success or with our mental body or spiritual. There's a lot of things we identify ourselves with. Identification, identifying ourselves with all of this, that causes us pain, that causes us fear. What if we lose something? And indirectly, all of this leads to suffering, as you all mentioned. So being aware of what we are, that is really critical for us to get back and be in that awareness state. So I don't know why this whiteboard is not letting me write here, because I just did it. I was able to write. But anyway, that's the first thing. First thing is identification.
Bhati ma'am, it's saying like Sneha Kandpal is presenting. So it should be Bhati, right? Or DMV. So that's what it says. Sneha Kandpal.
I see. Okay. So let me just stop this again. Just bear with me. I can present it. Okay, how about now? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, now it says DMV is presenting.
Okay, cool. So I just had this one. So let's do one thing, right? Let's peel off each thing what we learned. The day one or day two started off with identification, identifying ourselves with our thoughts, with our or disidentifying ourselves with what we feel, and making sure we are aware of what we are. Anyone remember day three?
Karmic effect.
You are close. We are emotions.
Repetitive. Yeah.
Emotional healing,
Yeah,
levels of
perfect.
consciousness.
Perfect. Yeah. Then we learned about emotions, right? So what we spoke about are emotions. Sometimes they directly or indirectly give us some physical effects. Like we heard from many masters, sometimes being emotional can cause physical changes like stomach pain or something like that. And we also did a quick exercise on how to observe those with awareness. We were able to go over those emotions, negative emotions, and get into that state of stillness. So, even our emotions, the most important thing is with awareness, we can get over those feelings and get to a state of calmness. That's day three. Next, I think someone already got this. We also spoke about karma or the karmic thing. So, as a part of this, we thought karma is not always bad. Karma is coming to us as a form of learning. That's what we have to take karma as. With karma, we have to identify those are repetitive actions that we have done, repetitive things, something we have repeatedly done, and it got imprinted in ourselves, and it's coming out in form of our karma because of those actions. Again, with awareness, being aware of what we do, what we think, what we feel. That's how we can even get out of some of those karmic things and get into the state of stillness. What about the next day?
Ego,
Next day is ego. Yeah, you're spot on. Ego, like we all know, we all heard about it. With ego, we get that identity. Okay. And ego also gives us, like, I am better than someone, I am doing much better than. But ego, in the back, it will cause us fear, it causes suffering, and we are trying to have some control of things. A quick example, we did few exercises on how that ego affects us and how do we let go of our own ego. Again, being aware of what we feel, how we thought, that can help us to try to keep our ego also in control. So we learned about all these things. In addition, there are some other things that can help us increase awareness. So you all remember forgiveness, and we did a quick exercise on forgiveness where we started forgiving people, forgiving situations that caused us pain, that caused us a lot of trouble. Again, getting our awareness and making sure we observe those, we get into those situations, try to forgive and let go other people. That also amplified with awareness, we were able to do that forgiveness as well. And then self love. Self love is just trying to understand and fully doing that unconditional love, not just for others, for also ourselves. With self love, again, to be happy or to love yourself the way we are, that requires you to be aware that when we see ourselves in a specific way, that what becomes our reality. If we see ourselves as happy, healthy, and loving ourselves, that becomes our reality. So ensuring we are aware of those thoughts that define what is our feelings towards ourselves is extremely important, and being aware of that can increase our awareness not just from a physical standpoint but also in our spiritual growth, in our spiritual journey. Last one. Okay, we got it. That's the silence. Silence, we did like many exercises on silence and understanding that it is in the silence and in stillness that there is so much unheard or unspoken awareness that's available, and getting into those states of being silence and being still present. Silence doesn't mean shutting down ourselves and being completely off. Being fully aware, but in the silence, can help us with our spiritual growth, help us towards enlightenment, all of this together. But then we all started with our day one. The day one started with, who am I? That's where we started our journey with. So in the who am I think awareness is the number one thing that comes in place. The reason is when we start understanding who we are, when we start giving up that we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not any of the achievements that we have, we are not anything physically related to what we are doing, but we are above and beyond all of that. Being aware with awareness, if we realize this, that's what helps us to go beyond all the physical things what we are seeing. And meditation, I think as she is mentioning already, so meditation is a key pillar that can help us grow in our spiritual journey as we inculcate all these different emotions into our life and balance them out with full awareness. So that's the most critical thing we have. So awareness is, I would say, like a big pillar that stands in the middle. Awareness is supported by everything you see on the right and left that can help our growth, our daily life, and make our lives better. I think that's all from a recap perspective. Any questions? Or Anil, are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing. And thank you, Masters. Thank you all for joining and giving this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam, for the recap of the entire sessions, all 10 days. So far, it's all coming together. Namaste, welcome back. Truly excited and enlightened to see you all here. So we are getting into the pinnacles of the practice and almost coming to the culmination of it. So today we're going to take very brief time, talk about gratitude as an option, how gratitude helps us in the context of truth, and then quickly get into Q&A. Most of our time we will spend it on Q&A. We will address every single question. If it takes a little longer, so be it. I'm prepared to sit. Are you prepared to sit? So let us dedicate time to make sure that every open question that you have in your mind, please do put it out there. Some of these questions can be repetitive. Some of the questions can be answered, but make sure that you are not going empty. Right? You have to make sure that you heard the responses and you are taking home a good amount of knowledge. That way you can start to practice and remember to be in the state of awareness, right? So with that, let's get started. Gratitude in the context of truth and awareness. That is what we are talking here. Gratitude in the context of truth. The core understanding for us is gratitude means, okay, I'm thanking someone. I'm saying that, okay, somebody did some favor to me and I'm returning that favor back, right? Remember, in the context of truth, gratitude is not something you practice. What it is, it naturally arises when you see the truth very clearly. When you are in the state of awareness, it naturally comes to you. You will always be in that state of giving. You'll always be thankful for what is happening because you are no longer living in the space of the mind. You are living in the space of the heart. Awareness is in the space of the heart. When the mind becomes silent, so we spoke about day 8, hey, mind becoming silent, you being very grateful for no reason. Why is that? Because when you look at its silence and stillness, right, The gratitude here is without any object. The fact that you are in that silence and stillness, you're already grateful for everything that is coming in. Because what is that you are experiencing at that moment? It comes from your inner peace, right? So day 8, you're already there because you have no longer associated with the object. Instead, you are with the awareness and you are with the stabilized stillness. On day 9, we spoke about living as awareness. When you're aware in your daily life, even small thing becomes very sacred. That's the thing that we have to appreciate. The one thing that we have to show gratitude is the very fact that you are breathing, the very fact that you are able to do your things every day, very fact that you are able to listen, very fact that you're able to talk. There are so many small things, simplest things in your life that we have to show gratitude towards, because those who do not have that sense will know the value of that sense. Like, for example, someone who doesn't have an opportunity to hear, they will know what the lack of hearing means. Somebody who cannot see, they know the value of eyes. So we have to not just show the gratitude towards what you have and what you get all the time. It is not a mind drama, that it's not a transaction that you're saying that, okay, today give me this, then I'll be thankful to you, God. That's not how it is. Small things that you appreciate in your daily life shows that you are aligned towards that awareness and you are aligned towards the truth. The very fact of your existence, we have to show gratitude, right? There are so many people who are not alive now, but I am there right in this moment. So I'm so thankful that I have got the opportunity to live and breathe and do everything what I'm doing. So what happens, and on day 10, we spoke about integration, right? Which is what we are talking today. The concept of integration, the concept of bringing everything together, and the concept as to how gratitude helps us to learn. Every challenge is a teacher. We have to be grateful to that. Every pain is an awakening trigger. A triggering mechanism is happening through which you are awakening. You are learning something new. So we should show gratitude, right? So if I see every experience, I am taking that experience and I am growing, or that experience is helping me to grow, then I should be grateful to that. It's as simple as that. Then on the final day, which is like on tomorrow, we'll talk about surrender, right? Gratitude becomes a natural state. No resistance. You don't complain. You just accept things as they are. That's what we're going to talk. So why it is very important to remember about gratitude, or at least bring that concept into yourself, is gratitude is basically like, for a flower, the way you have the smell, the fragrance of the flower, like way you enjoy. In a similar way, for your awareness, gratitude is a fragrance. If you are in the awareness, gratitude comes naturally. The way you should see is, when you are aware, again, right? I ask you to practice this. I ask you to be in that state of awareness and experience yourself, because we are talking about direct experience here. When you are aware, you cannot help but feel gratitude. When you see the truth clearly, you realize nothing against you. Everything was guiding you every single second. You will see that. Something that someone says this is a big problem, you don't see a problem at all. Forget about solution, forget about alternates, forget about even talking about it. Your view on that is not even a problem. And what happens is, I'm not worried about energies here. I'm not worried about I need high energies to do that and all. When I am in that state of being with that awareness, energies, the source of my awareness is energy. Right? Energy is part of it when you are in that state of awareness. And then the biggest myth that we have is, okay, gratitude is like, thank you very much. What you like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is not gratitude. You are accepting everything that you have resisted as part of your growth, and you are allowing that, and you are thanking that, that is gratitude. How does that come? That comes only in the natural state of you as a being. You cannot fake the gratitude. There is no way you can fake a gratitude. It is a natural state of you when you are in that state of being. So that's why these like compassion, love, gratitude, silence, stillness, these are all the things that you will only experience when you are in that higher state, not when you are in the lower state. So when you are moving from your current state to the higher state, there are so many things happening in your system. Some of you may hear sounds, some of you may hear physical movement, some of you may have energy taps that might happen to you. External, your organs may be moving here and there, or you may feel pain, you may feel like you are hearing some clairvoyances. So many experiences will come because the energy is getting adjusted to your frequency. Remember, it is the frequency that you are touching, and awareness is the highest frequency. So when you are getting into that frequency, so many things are happening parallel to you. Instead of observing those things, we are getting carried away with that. Right? So anytime you want to feel gratitude, try to become aware in that moment. Take a couple of breaths, then see that it happens very naturally. When you do from your heart space, it is natural. When you try to do it as a mouthpiece or from your mind state, it is unnatural. It's not given. You will not be taken as gratitude. Right? That's why right after coming out of meditation, if you remember, every time we do meditation, after coming out, last 2 minutes, last 5 minutes, last 1 minute, right after coming out of meditation, we show gratitude, because at that point you are in the awareness and you are in the heart space. Now that is the right way of putting out gratitude. Right? So what I want to do is 2 minutes. Let's experience that gratitude, the feel of presence. Let's ground, and then immediately we'll go into that, and then we'll get into the Q&A. So close your eyes. Just become aware of your breath, masters. Feel the presence. Just feel the presence. Just notice you are here. You are alive. You are aware. And you are fully alert. Just as you become more and more aware, expand your body. Feel your body. Feel the space around you. Just feel the space around you. Now you become the presence. Come to the presence. Just be there. Without forcing, without any conflict, notice if a sense of gratitude arises. As you are aware, just notice if a sense of gratitude arises. For not anything specific. It doesn't have to be for anything. Just for being. Just for you being there. Just remain in that state. Just the awareness itself is such a beautiful state to be in. Just for you to be there. Just for your being. See if the gratitude comes. Our cells will thank us if you show the gratitude. Just remain there for 2 minutes. Just be kind.
Hello? Oh,
Just be thankful, grateful for being there. No reason. As you see, gratitude without reason is the connection to the truth. You're not trying to be there. You're just there. You just know you're there. There's no expression. There's no acceptance. There is just you're there. Last 10 seconds. Just be there. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please slowly take your hands. Put it on your eyes and gently open your eyes. As you see, it is just you, as you are there, you just feel, not for any specific thing or not for anything that's conditioned. You're just being there. Your every cell of your body resonates to that gratitude. That's the highest frequency and highest energy that you have just produced, if you're able to experience that. So what happens when you are facing a difficult person or a situation? In the regular lifestyle, we are either resistant, we either complain, we either blame, or we find an escape opportunity, right? Not even face the difficult person or situation. With awareness, you are observing that reaction. You are becoming the observant of the reaction, whatever it is. With surrenderness, you are allowing that situation to happen on its own. You're not fighting it, you're just allowing it to happen, right? Gratitude will show you that pattern, right? It will help you to realize through that situation, how do you evolve? Help me to grow, make me more aware, right? The shift of why this is happening to me. You move from a conditional shift as to why am I going through this, why it is that I am the only one experiencing it, why this is happening to me, to this is helping me to awaken, this is helping me to learn something, this is helping me to understand my life better. So you move from the lower phase, which is what is getting us struck with identity, to the highest phase where your growth is happening in a natural way. So gratitude is a beautiful way of releasing. But again, you should not mistaken by saying, a verbal thank you, it's good. That is not what gratitude. It has to, you have to feel it. It has to come from within you. That's the most important. When we are talking about what we are talking here is awareness-based gratitude. That's what we are talking here. What is this movement showing me? You ask the question, okay? What is this movement showing me? If I want to reflect on this, you will have something, right? What did I resist today? When you are sleeping, before you sleep, what did I resist today? That I can feel now. Grateful, right? You may have done something in the morning But at the nightfall, when you are sleeping, you just remembered that I should have not done that. Now you have an opportunity to be grateful. You can feel that gratefulness for that, whatever happened in the morning. And remember, you're not forcing the positivity. You're not like, hey, I have a negative feeling. I will replace it with a positive feeling. No. Gratitude is a result of your deeper understanding. It comes naturally with a combination of awareness and acceptance. You're not forcing it. It is naturally coming to you as part of your remembrance of awareness. That's why awareness has got so many variations or so many different angles that it will help you to deepen your journey in no time. As your awareness deepens, your gratitude naturally starts to flow from you. Not because your life is going perfectly well, not because your life is in your control and all, because you see it very clearly. You have absolute clarity. Because of that absolute clarity, your gratitude naturally flows for the one who is deep in their awareness. If I may say one thing, as you start to see, the shift is already happening for all of us, right? Where we started and where we are, you probably are seeing the shift. Nothing in this life is against you or against me. Everything was shaping us, guiding us, awakening us to the better version of us. Isn't it? Don't we agree? All of us? When we started the workshop, we were talking about how do we shift from the identity and come into the awareness. Now that we are trying to stabilize and deepen into the awareness, we start to really see from the awareness point of view, nothing is against us. Every opportunity, every learning, every challenge, every problem, however you look at it, is always working towards our progress. It is always towards our growth. Stay aware, stay connected, and gratitude is something that is most important. Once you start to be aware, gratitude will become the way of your living. It will become a natural part of you. All right. So with that, I will open it up now. Anyone would like to ask any questions on anything? Bharti, you're there.
Thank you. Thank you, Master, for that great wisdom on the gratitude. With that said, let's open up for questions. I know yesterday we had a question from Anu ma'am, which we could not answer. So we'll start off with Anu ma'am. Thanks for raising your hand, and please go ahead, unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, regarding this past karmas or something, right? Like if you have some Kal Sarpa dosha when it comes to like job stability and relationships and all that. I mean, these patterns are keep repeating for me. I mean, now I'm in the awareness, like since I've been doing meditation since last year, I recognize these patterns. I'm trying not to react. But I am in the awareness and showing gratitude and all that. But how to get rid of this forever?
Why do you think that you should get rid of them? When you have shifted your identity from what you are to what you were, right? You are the real I right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dosha, the things, whatever you were talking about, are applicable to the false identity. You have let go of your false identity. Now you have become the real identity, isn't it? With all these experiences. When you
Right.
are in the awareness, you are in the real identity. When you are in the real identity, why are you worrying?
But these patterns are still repeating though. Those are not changing though.
They will, right? Give it time now. They will. Everything has to dissolve in time. It is like, you have ocean water that you wanted to heat it on your whatever, your kitchen gas. It is not possible, right? It takes time. See, what awareness is doing is when you shifted your identity from the false identity to the real identity, and you know that the real identity cannot be touched by any of these things, then why not just be there? Why does these things matter? Right?
So if they are happening, let it.
Even they happen, they will not have the power to do anything to you because you have shifted your image. There is nobody there. In your right now, the way it works, you have to understand is the concept is very simple. What awareness and what truth and what is not truth, it is very simple. What is not truth is whatever your inner chattering that you are doing, that identity of the ego is not truth. The awareness and your observing capability and stabilizing silence, stillness, all that is truth, right? When you have realized the truth and you are sticking to the truth, what else matters? Whatever may happen, let it happen. It should not affect you. When it will affect you is when you drop yourself down. When you again bring your false identity back, then you start to look at it, okay, what does false identity touch upon? All these things.
False identity meaning?
Your ego. Your, see, that dosha, whatever you talked about, my karma, whatever you, karma is for body and mind. Are you body and mind right now? You're not. You are in the awareness.
Yeah.
So what happens when you are in the awareness? You are in the observing mode. You are in the knowing mode. When you know it, what happens? Whatever you are observing will have to dissolve, will have to transform on its own. Because if the identity is on that body and mind, then that body and mind is experiencing that karmic action. If your identity is moving from that body and mind into the awareness, which is the observer, who is the one that is experiencing that? There is nobody there to experience it. That experiencer is gone. So who is going to get that karma? Nobody is going to get the karma. It will stay for some time, it will leave.
Yeah, it's like for every few weeks or few months, I keep seeing this kind of patterns. But definitely, I'm noticing a difference in myself, like how I was few weeks ago or few months ago, and how I am currently. Trying to observe what, like if I feel like scary or worried, I'm observing. Okay, I'm getting this feeling.
Good.
All
That's
I'm trying
exactly.
is all I'm trying is I want some of the things to be stable. I can't do these fluctuations.
See
That's
what
what I'm
happens.
trying.
What is fluctuation is you have to give it time.
Yeah.
Like the way you got settled in your false identity, give it little time for you to settle in your real identity. Let the awareness stabilize for you. Give little more time to remember this. All you have to do is every single day remember to be aware and then be in that state of awareness and see what happens in a couple of days.
Yeah.
The subtle
And
changes you will see.
and how does this astrology versus meditation, how does this work?
Astrology is believed to be through the destiny. Meditation will give you the willpower. So with willpower, you can change your destiny. In astrology, what is given in is never a personal identity. It is usually for the planetary motion.
Right.
It is given for the arena where you are living on, planet Earth, in motion to everything happening in this, 7-star kingdom or 9-star kingdom, how is the planetary system in alignment to the Milky Way, that is all astrology is all about. So
Right.
there will be effect. Yes, the body mind will have effect because it came through that, but you are not the body mind. You have the will. So you shifted yourself. So no effect. The willpower is more important than it's like more powerful. I won't say important, it's more powerful than your destiny. You can change your destiny with your willpower.
So with this meditation and all, nothing can affect us.
It should, I mean, if you really look at it, you are getting the energies that are more powerful than what the universe can. You are becoming a universe being, from a limited being to universal being. So
Right.
what else can hold you there? When you are realizing that you are the God in motion, what else is there?
Yep. Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Anima. Thank you, Master. Now we'll go with the order of questions in the chat. But in the meantime, if any of you have questions, please raise your hand also. So we'll start off with Hema Madam. Please go ahead, Madam.
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master. Master, I have a question regarding patterns coming from ancestors. Like whatever we are seeing, it's not this lifetime for sure. So whatever I was seeing in my grandmother, I'm seeing in my mother, and me also few like patterns. So how do we break that ancestor pattern from the root permanently?
There
Is
are
there any healing process?
So first of all, we don't have to worry when you are in the awareness because you already broke the pattern. Because when you become the universal entity, there is no hierarchy that you're following, right? You're beyond the state of hierarchy and you are the one. Right? Now, if I want to do an affirmation and break it, you can say, I'm going to break the karmic chain of my ancestry. Right? You can have a beautiful feeling to say that I'm just, breaking that ancestry and no longer I'm free. I'm doing that. There are ways to do that. But the point is, when you are in the awareness, when you have realized the truth as truth, there is no need for you to go back and start looking at all that. What happens, okay, I have a DNA strat 3. My DNA strat 3 has got so and so thing going on from my ancestors. You're going to carry it, you're going to not carry it. That is not what you are. Then why worry? Right?
Yeah, but worrying about my future means future generations, like I have to be, I should not give the same pattern to, right?
Why? Why would you think that you will give a same pattern when you become a universal being?
So, I mean, now I'm in awareness state, like I'm trying to learn how to learn, change my behavior, attitude, and all to avoid that pattern. So, to learn the lesson. But from my kids, sometimes they will reflect from us, right? So,
Irrespective of how much you try, madam, they will always reflect from you because they came from you.
mhm.
They came through you, right? When they came through you, they will carry some characters of you, irrespective of how much you try to do it,
Okay.
right? Because there is no point in you can break your karmic seals and karmic bonds and all that, right? But you
Mhm.
cannot break your kids one through you, right? Kids will come to you, come through you, the body, mind, when it touches and comes out of it, that thing will come, right? Next generation will carry it. But my point is, we should be above all that right now. Because once you have started to realize the truth as truth, the body mind state of it, or body mind which is carrying my cells, how my DNA, ATP is being set up, or I'm in a third 3D DNA, or 5D DNA, what it does, it should not, the stride of DNA should not matter. What matters is whether you're realized or not. That matters. That alone matters.
Okay.
Even if something were to come to you, you can use your willpower to change it. You have the authority. At any given point of time, any human being that is out there, in fact, any living being has the authority. Unfortunately, other living beings don't have the intelligence to be able to bring it back. The only human beings have that intelligence to be able to bring it back. So you can use your willpower to say, I don't want it. I don't want to go through this. I want to change it. You can change it.
Okay. Got it,
That's
Masters.
simple.
Thank you. And one more question I have.
Mhm.
This is repeated question only, but my so in family arguments, relationships, whenever conflict comes nowadays, I'm trying to be silent most of the times with awareness. So at that time, what happens? I'm talking to you, you're not giving respect to me. So you're calm, you're not talking like that. If I respond consciously, then you're influenced by people. You don't know what you're doing. You don't understand where you're going. So, like sometimes it's difficult to handle all at a time. I understood since this is a repeated pattern. I agreed that I accepted. So, okay, I'll spend this much time only for this and that. So, my question is it a right approach to be silent all the times instead of responding consciously, or responding is good?
Hey, how do you feel it? That's important. Forget about what you need to do. How do you feel it in that given moment? You feel like responding, you respond. You feel like not saying anything, you feel like not saying anything. You feel like walking out from there. You want space. You can walk out from there. See, it is that feeling that needs to dictate you what is the right thing to do at that given moment. Because not every quarrel will happen in the same fashion, right? Or in the
Right.
same format, or in the same person. It changes. So in that very moment, how do you feel it? You just have to force yourself. That's the point. If you are
Okay.
able to force yourself, then you can feel it to say, okay, what do you want to do? That feeling will tell you what to do at that moment. Whether you wanted to give it back, you give it back in a very polite way. Or you sometimes it says, okay, there is no point. It's like I'm talking to a wall. I just need some air. You just go walk. You are going to the different room and saying, okay, I'm on mode. See, you should not worry about what other person is thinking. What you should be looking at it, how you are, because that is what is your karma. That is what you are carrying at that given moment, right? If I am not aware, what happens? I bring karma.
Right.
And why does it matter? Because I now dropped with identity. When I have the identity, I carry that. When you are in the awareness, you don't carry it. But when you have the identity, you carry it. So, what is your heart? The pausing is the most important thing. Just pause it and then see. You want to react, you want to get away, you want to say something, or you want to be silent. Let the moment dictate it for you. Anything, there is no right or wrong, madam.
Okay.
Only thing is you got to be able to pause it and do the right thing. It will come. The right thing will come to you. See, awareness, I'll tell you awareness. Okay. When you are aware, it is not like you will do sin. You cannot do sin. You get that? You
Right.
cannot.
Mm.
Even though you want to do papa, you cannot do papa when you are papa means sin.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Bad karma, something.
bad karma, exactly. You cannot do bad karma when you are aware. That is the power of awareness. It's not like you may have to, after coming into awareness, I may have to look at whether I'm doing bad karma, good
Right.
karma, or what karma. You cannot do bad karma. You can only do good. That's why you have to feel.
So be always in the present moment.
Always in the present and feel it, right? What makes sense to you. Sometimes some things may tell you differently, and you
Mm.
may want to do that. You do that. As long as you are in that space of awareness, you will
Okay.
always do the right thing. That's the
So
important.
yeah, nowadays, like I'm taking that's my mirror and reflection. So
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
teacher, he's my teacher. That's why I brought this soul, something like that.
Very nice.
Thank you, Master.
You're doing a mirror technique. Huh?
Yeah.
Very nice. Good.
And for that also, they will criticize.
It's
You-
see again, right?
yeah,
There
I
are
got it. I got it. Yeah, yeah.
no everything. I'm telling you, everything that you are doing will be criticized. Either people who are jealous in your line as your peer, or someone who is under that who doesn't understand, right? They will always be coming to you in both different ways, saying that, okay, why are you doing this? You should not be doing that. And why are you doing this? I don't get it. You'll always have that.
Yeah.
But you are not living your life for them. You are living your life for your better, for your enlightenment, right? So if people are trying to object it, people are trying to make something out of it, don't do it in front of them. Do it when you are in your own private time, That way, it's better that way than be that way. Okay?
Universe is testing nowadays my
Yeah.
patience, ego, everything. Yeah.
You will
So
be tested.
challenges. Yeah.
Every one of us who is looking for what we are will be tested. Believe me. It is must. Only when you are tested, you will know whether you are really there or you are there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Master.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master. Thank you, Hema madam, for a wonderful question. All our masters got connected when you said you're having some arguments with your spouses. Everyone is very excited about that question, and we have a lot of heart symbols. And thank you for the response. Now let's go to our next question. I think we have from on the chat. We'll first go through the chat and then we'll come back on the hand raise. So Rajni ma'am, you have a question. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Yeah, I am trying to be in the awareness, but as you already mentioned in the sessions, that mind is pulling you back and it will test. So, is there any tip or any idea on how much time we can be in the complete awareness?
See, madam, remind yourself. How you remind yourself, you want to put it on your iPhone, or you want an alarm, or you wanted to write a cheat sheet.
Okay.
Whatever works best for yourself, do that. But remind
Yeah.
yourself
Mm.
multiple times in a day, right? That
Okay.
way, am I ever right now?
Mm.
2 hours later, am I ever right now?
Mm.
Just so that you bring that, it is the remembering, right? You have to remember it to do it. When you do it, you are there.
Okay.
Today, I am not there because I don't remember.
Okay.
Right? Yesterday,
No,
I was not there because I don't have knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. I don't have understanding.
Okay.
So yesterday, I got the understanding. Today, I am remembering.
Okay.
Same thing.
Because sometimes if I forget about it, or if my thoughts take control of me, then I feel little bit fearful. I'm not like this. I should go into awareness. Like that, the fear is coming to me sometimes.
It is your mind's way to play it.
Okay.
Fear, worry, guilt, shame, right?
Yeah.
Whatever those lower vibrations, they are the way your mind is going to play with you. Because remember, your mind is losing its identity when you are in awareness.
Okay.
It does not like that.
Mm.
Your ego will never like to get dissolved. The one thing that your ego does not like is dissolving.
Okay.
Except that it can allow anything else to happen.
Okay. Mm.
But you are only looking for that one thing. So that's why there will be conflict. That's why you should know that it is what my mind is going to do, but I am going to
Be in aware.
be in the awareness.
Okay. And yeah, whenever I'm doing meditation, I need to observe or be aware of my breath, right, Master? So that time, sometimes I feel I am concentrating only on the inhale and exhale rather than to be an observer. So I sometimes I'm not able to get that to position like my when I see my awareness, suddenly my awareness will go into inhale and exhale only.
So when you are doing an inhale and exhale, then you are just breathing, right? You are doing it.
Yes.
When you are doing it, that is not meditation. That is pranayama.
Yes.
What you need to do is you need to observe what that is naturally happening. When you feel like I'm not able to do that, take a 2 or 3 deep breaths and then let it go.
Okay.
When you sit for meditation, take a couple of deep breaths to your abdomen and then tell yourself that I'm releasing everything and I'm starting to get to meditation. I need to be an observer.
Okay.
Just frame it in a way that you're able to get there.
Be an observer. Okay. And yeah. And after this 11 days, are there any other sessions planning, Master?
After 11 days, another session?
Like I'm just asking, are there any other sessions we can expect?
Yeah, there will be more sessions, ma'am.
Yeah, there will definitely.
Okay.
Are you in the WhatsApp group? So if you are local, we have an in-person WhatsApp group. If you are in there, you'll get all the communication.
I think I'm not there, madam.
Are you local to Virginia, Maryland?
I'm in Ellicott City.
Oh, okay. Then we'll add you. Sure.
Okay, sure.
We'll add you.
Yeah.
Send your number to Bharati, right? She can add you into the group.
Yeah.
That way you get connected. We do programs, I mean, we had challenge, in the past, and now we are doing this, and then I'm planning one other retreat.
Okay.
Then we'll
sure, sir. I'm very much interested. Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful questions, and thank you, masters, for the explanations. Probably we'll go next to Navya. Navya, ma'am.
Oh, for the previous question, which was mirror technique, I just thought of like knowing what is exactly mirror technique.
What is mirror technique?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, like you were saying, you were saying to someone
Standard.
like Hemalata Garu that it's a mirror technique that she's following, right? I just thought of knowing what is actually
Mirror technique is basically standing in front of the mirror and thanking yourself.
thanking. Okay.
Praising yourself, right? So
Praising.
accepting as you are, the state of your everything, right? So that there is no conflict with it. It works wonderful for you to accept as things are. You can do it for anything, but usually people stand in front of the mirror to have a dialogue and then say, I accept it. You are seeing it while accepting it, right? You can see the expressions, you can see how it is happening, you can see your body motion and all. So it works in it's a very fast track process for acceptance.
Okay, I see. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Masters, anyone else has a question? We have like 8 more minutes before we get to meditation. If you have a question, please raise your hand or you can put it on the chat.
I was expecting more questions.
Okay, Zoom user. I think Zoom user, can you please name?
Yes. Namaste, namaste, Master. So it's an amazing information and taking one step at a time, and which I observed today also being aware and rather than reacting. I did react, but not to the extent that I would do. And what you mentioned about gratitude, like how do I feel it? Like I didn't quite understand the
So
gratitude part.
what's your name, ma'am?
I'm Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. Okay.
Yes.
So the way you need to do it is when you come into that awareness, right? When your awareness deepens, gratitude naturally flows through you. Okay. What that means is your gratitude is for as you are. You're not trying to show gratitude for something that I am getting tomorrow or day after tomorrow and all that, right? You are just showing the gratitude as you are. So it is a natural thing to happen. It has to happen in the heart space and you have to feel it as a natural thing, you know? So when you, yeah, go ahead.
How do I feel it? Like I'm so thankful for many things in life and who brought the strength. So how do I feel it?
When you become aware, you will feel it. You become aware, then it happens.
Okay.
Right? You don't have to have a condition. You don't have to have any external action for you to show gratitude. You can just show gratitude for sake of gratitude because it's so much that world has given you, universe has given us, right? So even for that, because what we are with the mind, what happens is in a natural state, our mind is always racing for future or bringing past.
Yes.
So you will never enjoy the present.
Yes.
Opportunity for you to enjoy the present because either you are in the past with worries or future with the fear. So what gratitude is making you to be in that present and show that, hey, I'm really blessed, right, for what I have been given. That is awareness, right? So when you are in that awareness, you automatically are in that state. So, but awareness, when it starts to stabilize, the more and more you are trying to deepen your awareness, that gratitude will naturally come to you. You're not faking it anymore. You are not bringing it up. You're not remembering to do it. It just naturally happens to you.
Okay. Okay. So when we are alert, like when we are reminding to be aware, I think that's a great time to be remembering to give gratitude also, be gratitude also.
It'll happen, but yes, awareness and acceptance is gratitude.
Acceptance. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Master, for the wonderful question. I think, yeah, being in gratitude is the feeling. That's the most important thing, how you feel when you say thank you. Thank you, Master, for that explanation. We'll go to our next master, Sharda ma'am. Please unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Yeah, I have one quick question. I think it's not possible because our program is already scheduled, right? So tomorrow, instead of tomorrow's session, is it possible we can move for the Thursday, if possible? I know it is already designed, and because I'm not able to attend the class due to my class. So if possible, if not, then it's okay. I will wait for the recording. But because tomorrow would have more interaction, question answer, and all those. So I'm just requesting it's, yeah, if possible. Otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Sharda ma'am. Thank you for that question, right? But yeah, we definitely have this scheduled and planned. We'll share with you the recording,
Yeah,
but we appreciate your effort to come to join this session. Yeah, so thank you for that effort.
thank you.
We'll share it with
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Zoom user, I think Zoom user, can you please rename or you can unmute and ask if you have a
Oh,
question? Is it like
yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I think it's mentioned if we join the local Zoom, like a WhatsApp, we can have more, like more extended classes or more revision. So I live in Los Angeles. So is there a group meant for the Los Angeles? So I
Yes.
can join that because this knowledge need to be practiced and reminded, like it needs a practice. So
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
is there a group?
Yes, ma'am. We have a non-local group also. I'll add you in there. Please WhatsApp me your number or just to say hi to me. I will add you in
Mhm.
that group. All the information will be shared there as well.
So your name is Bharti,
Yes, ma'am.
madam?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Thank you.
But
Thanks.
how will they get your number though? You have to.
I am on the Zoom on the WhatsApp. Anyway, I've been sending the messages. You can find my message. I sent the
Yes,
last message in the group. Okay.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Next, I think we have Navya. Did you raise your hand?
Yeah, I have one more question.
Yeah.
So we are the observer, right? We have to just observe our breath. So the gap where when we start observing our breath, uh, so where we go into the void state, right? And like with the thoughts, again we come back to the breath and keep observing it. So you said like we need to increase the gap. That is when the like as we do the meditation will increase the gap. But like, do we know that we are going into the void is also like to be in the awareness?
Void means you have started the awareness.
So when we come out, we'll know that we are in that void too.
When you come out,
Or like when we are come out of that so when, because we keep observing the breath, right? So when we come back to the breath again, so we will know that we were in the void.
there are two things here. One is you will not have the breath when you are in the void, right? Your breath have already dissolved.
Yes.
That point is when you enter void. When you are in the void, let's suppose you got a thought. Then what happens is there is no breath for you to go back. What is that you need to look at? You need to become an observer. That's it. Awareness is the thought. I want to come out of the thought. Then you have to be in the awareness. Observe the thought. Then the thought will go away. That happens in void. Void, there is no breath. Before going to void, you have a breath. So what happens before going to breath is if you get a thought, you observe the breath.
That's about the thought, but about the breath itself, I'm saying.
Breath itself. In the void, you will not have breath. You will not have a feeling of breath. You are beyond that state. What will be there is thought and awareness. When you are trying to get into the thought, you just observe the thought with awareness, then thought will leave.
Thought will leave and we'll be in the void, and then
That's
again
it.
some thought comes back. And so when we are, so what I'm
Same thing.
asking, my question is like when we are in that void too, we will be aware that we were in the void. We were like in empty state.
You will, right? Because you are the one observing. The observer is the awarer, right? Observer, the seer, is the one who is knowing what is happening. So you are the seer, so you will know what is happening. That awareness starts to increase, it just goes on and on, right? It becomes oneness. You go to the one state of oneness. So the awareness deepens and all, what happens? Thought pattern will reduce. But there is a subtlest process where your mind will still bring that, because the identity is still there. Even that has to dissolve. And that's when that dissolves is when you go to stillness. That is what stabilizing in awareness. There is void, there is awareness, there is stabilizing in awareness, then there is stillness. That's the phase, right? So in that stillness, there is nothing there. You are there. That's it. Everything has become one at that point. So our practice is, you have the breath as observer, and you naturally fall. Thoughts will no longer be there. You went into the void. The breath is no longer able to feel. Then you are in the awareness. Then once in a while thought comes in, but you are aware. Thought goes away. Once in a while thought comes in. You are there. Slowly you get to a point where awareness is stabilizing. Thought pattern or the thought duration is significantly increasing. Right? At some point, there will be no thought. You have stabilized your self-awareness. Then you go into stillness.
Yeah.
That's the phase. That's what needs to happen. That's why you need to sit for a longer time in one sitting to get there. Until you practice it, you become that. It's that.
Okay, Master. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Master. Thank you, Navya ma'am, and thank you, Master, for the wonderful explanation. I think we'll go with Sri Madam, and then we'll come back to you, Shweta. Sri Madam raised her hand on the chat. Go ahead, Sri Madam. Sri Paidi ma'am.
Sorry, I already got the answer with the other.
Got the answer, ma'am? Okay.
Yeah, I got the answer of my question when the other masters are asking.
Okay, great. Thank you. Shweta ma'am,
Thank you.
go ahead, please. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Anil sir. So nowadays, whenever I'm trying to be in awareness, so whenever I get a thought, I try to observe it. And when the moment I think that, oh, this thought is going on, so I need to observe, the moment I think about it, I do not see the thought. I mean, there's nothing. It's like I do not have anything. So is that right? I mean, am I doing it correctly?
See, when you are thinking that where is this thought, that means that you're inquiring
No,
about, right? So
no. I mean, I'm thinking something, and then I was like, okay, I have to be aware in awareness. And the moment I think I have to be in awareness, it's not there.
the word thinking is the problem. In
Okay.
any given context, you should not be thinking. You should just be seeing. That's the context here, right? Awareness is in the seeing, observer, seer, knower. That's it. So if you are thinking means the thought came to you and you went into the thought. And in that moment, you probably are realizing and coming out of it. But what we need to do is you need to just shift your attention from the initially before the void, it is on the breath. See, you don't have to keep your attention on the breath all the time, right? When thought comes, bring it to the attention. Otherwise, just be there. Just be there. Nothing will bother you other than your thought. Because thought is the one that's gonna pull you away from your meditation, right? It is going to take away your meditation. It's going to make you as if that, okay, you did meditate. It is a false illusion that, okay, I sat in meditation for 4 hours. But in reality, 4 hours was just sitting with your
No,
thoughts.
this is not in meditation. This is not during the meditation. It's during normal when I'm outside the meditation.
Even outside the meditation, if you are going into the thinking, as you realize it, you pause and then you become the observer.
Okay.
Right? You see, outside the meditation, there may be opportunities where you may be going into the thinking pattern. Right? It is okay to go there, but you are remembering how many iterations of your day or daytime that you have remembered to be in the awareness. That is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is not about thinking, it is not about talking, it is not about doing. It has nothing to do with your actions. The question for us during the daytime is, did you remember? Am I aware right now? That is all it is. Because in any given situation during your daytime, you can be in the awareness. Even while you are driving, you can be in the awareness. So why anything should matter? You get it?
The moment I get the thought, then I don't say anything, just be aware,
Just
just
be
be
aware.
silent. And
See, you don't even have to say, I get a thought, I need to be aware. No. You get a
okay,
thought, you are in the thought, you are thinking now. Even that thought came in, you are in awareness. You went into the thought, awareness. You actually
okay,
now thinking, awareness. You can be there.
okay,
Throughout the phase of it, you can be aware.
okay,
Awareness is not a, that is not, see, that's what I was telling yesterday as well, right? Awareness is not an entry and exit. Awareness is you are there in throughout this
okay,
24 hours. You just remember to go there.
okay, okay,
Doesn't matter what is going on.
okay. Yeah, thank you once.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful question. And thank you, Master, for the explanation. Um, Anyone else has a question? We are 9:06. If no questions, we'll start meditation. Okay, Master, we can start meditation now. We have no more questions.
Sit very comfortably, masters. Deepen your awareness so that you can naturally flow the gratitude, naturally be in that state of gratitude. Just be there, close your eyes, bring your awareness to your normal, natural thing. Don't be alert. Don't try to go into the sleep. Be alert. When you have high energies, you won't sleep. You're just there. Try not to sleep. Be alert. Bring your attention to your normal, natural breath. Just become aware. Nothing should push you from your state. You are as your state is. Just bring your attention to your normal, natural breath. Is such a beautiful thing that nothing can do you. Be with your breath, my dear masters. Be with your breath. Be with your breath.